Hi everyone, I'm Shelley of Complex Connections and I'd love to talk to you about play. In the reading that I've been doing, I've come to realize how important play is. We've always known that. As a teacher, I definitely knew that play was important, but I think looking more into it, I think there's so much that we as parents can do to encourage play and have more play. We all know that our children are losing some of the aspects of play that we maybe had growing up because of technology, because of, various aspects in the world. But I think it's really important to appreciate just how important those skills are that they develop in play and how we can encourage them with those in really small ways. We don't have to dedicate an hour to it every day. Play is anything that brings energy, brings fun, brings relaxation, brings connection. Let's think of it as telling a joke. Let's think of it as enjoying a laugh together, watching a movie together, going somewhere together, being on a dog walk. Anything that involves that kind of interaction between our child and ourselves. So we know play is really important for our child's physical development. It allows them the opportunity to move and to strengthen their bodies, but also to develop an awareness of their body in space. The climbing and running and rolling and all those kind of things help their physical development. Also helps their sensory development because they are processing with their senses, their sense of touch and where their body is in space and how their muscles react to different things. Obviously their hearing, their sight and all of those normal senses as well. Apart from their physical development, they get the opportunity to interact with other people, be that us or other friends. So they are exploring relationships. They are exploring their feelings in certain situations and they are learning things like turn taking and reading cues from other people. So all of that social emotional development is really important as a part of play. There's a quote that says that we need X number of repetitions, and I think it's 400 repetitions to learn something normally, whereas when we do it in play, it's something like 20 repetitions. What that's showing is just how important play is for learning, and children really thrive on that aspect of play. If we think of going back to school in terms of children's development, I think that it's so important to keep that play going as they go back to school, really making opportunities to keep up that play, really helping them to express themselves through play is absolutely vital. Not seeing the end of August as the end of the summer holidays, the end of playful times, and September as the start of school. Keeping that play going, maybe making a point on the first day of school of having a plan to go to the play park after school, or with an older child maybe planning a movie for the weekend after school starts, something that keeps that element of fun and connection. If we think of play in terms of co-regulation, co-regulation is when we are helping our child to regulate their emotions, regulate their nervous system by almost loaning them some of our regulation and some of our calm nervous system. We are enabling them to express themselves in a safe way within the security and the safety of that relationship with us. In order to apply that co-regulation, we have to be regulated. And this is where play is really important for us. For adults, we still need that element of fun and energy and excitement and looking forward to something and interaction with other people. So helping ourselves to have some form of play is really important as well. And play in this context could literally be reading your book for half an hour, which gives you that energy to then go back to your child and be more regulated. It's something that brings that positivity and that regulation. Thinking about going back to school as far as co-regulation goes, this is a really vital time for co-regulation. Our child needs all the co-regulation they can get, especially if they are a child that struggles with that change in routine, struggles with the thought of another year in school and has that big demand on their nervous system when they're in school. They're going to need even more opportunities for co-regulation when they come home. So having that through play can be really great, and that can be a craft, half an hour of crafting when they get in from school, or it might be for your child a run in a field with the dog. Anything that helps them to regulate, helps them to come down from that stress that they may have experienced in school and enables them to feel more regulated. When we think of sound in play, immediately we think of laughter and chatting, but play doesn't have to involve talking. It may involve talking in role play. If you have a younger child and they like to make you tea and talk about things, sometimes that's done best through role play. With an older child, the demand of talking about something can be too much. So I love the idea of bringing music into play. And obviously when training as a safe and sound practitioner, the importance of music became so clear to me, and how we as human beings get so much benefit from listening to music. If you can bring music in, maybe making music together, whether it's playing a musical instrument, doing some drumming or humming, singing is fabulous. We know that when we sing with other people, our brainwaves synchronize, our heartbeat synchronizes. So what a brilliant form of co-regulation. And all of those things are going to help with your child's development. Just thinking, two of my most treasured memories are quite a long time ago, driving back from the Lake District. And Jess and I were listening to Summer of '69 on a CD at that time in the car, and singing our hearts out as we were driving back. And Daniel and Wayne were fast asleep in the car, and that is a really treasured memory for me. Not that long ago, Daniel and I went for a walk one spring evening. You know, that feeling of being able to go out later in the evening, take the dog out. We got back in the car, and he put Bon Jovi, and he was driving. He just got his driver's license, put Bon Jovi on to listen to, and the two of us were singing away to that. And singing breaks down so many barriers. You don't have to talk about things. It just brings that feeling of connection. It brings that feeling of acceptance and belonging and all those good things that we know that we want with our children. I think that that's a really valuable part. And again, when we go back to school, we can keep that singing, keep that music going. If that's something that brings our child enjoyment and fun and us at the same time, keep that going as we go back to school. Have those times in the car where you just have a spontaneous sing-along, make some music together, or listen to some music if that's helpful. Thinking about rituals in terms of those anchors in our family. We all love a ritual. As human beings, rituals form a really important part of our life. And rituals are not these grand ceremonies. Think of baking a birthday cake for somebody's birthday. That's a ritual. That's something that kind of symbolizes that occasion. It can be going to a special place on a Friday afternoon after school. It can be anything that is one of those solid, connecting anchors in your family, which means so much to us as parents, but also mean a lot to our child. It gives our child's brain predictability, something that they know is going to happen in that week. Even if it's been a really rough week, on that day, this is what we do together and this is what we enjoy, and that makes me feel part of my family. So I think those rituals can be a really important part, and make them playful, especially in the summer holidays. Something that is a routine in your week. This can be a great time to establish some kind of ritual and get your child involved in that. Ask them to help you to create that ritual. What should we do? What would be nice? What would you enjoy? Help them to be part of that. And again, as you go back to school in September, keep those rituals going, because that provides stability, that provides predictability. The guard dog in their brain loves it when it's something that they know, and something that they know is going to bring a feeling of safety and enjoyment. So keep those rituals going. Try as best you can to set up something which is going to be able to carry forward into September and give your child something to look forward to. So my message to you is, and to all of us really, as adults, we need to play. Find time for things that bring you energy and enjoyment and connection with other people. Use those moments of play with your child to help with their development, to help with that co-regulation, those special times with you. And as I say, it doesn't have to be an hour. 5 minutes is great. One shared joke is great. It just changes the energy and it helps everybody. Use sound if you can, music, singing, all great. And try and bring in some little rituals that will help your child to have those positive connecting anchors in their week, in their day, that just bring predictability, but also bring that feeling of acceptance and belonging and connection with you. I've created a resource which will give you some ideas of play that's going to help your child's development, play that's going to help that co-regulation. So that's going to involve some things that you can do to play that involves music and singing and making sound, and rituals that we can introduce in our family. Just some little ideas. You will be able to come up with really great ideas for your family, but if you want to have my ideas, click the link below and you can download the resource.